Hi, I'm Jennifer Kern with the Content Studio at Crain's New York business, and thanks for joining us for this Crain's Quick Take. Today I'm speaking with Amy Silva-Magalhaes. She's the Chief Operating Officer at the Bristal Assisted Living. Amy was recently named a 2026 Crain's Notable Leader in Healthcare for leading a multi-year operational transformation across the organization that strengthened performance and positioned it for sustained growth. Amy, thanks for joining us.
Jennifer, thank you so much for having me today. It's really an honor.
Well, so let's start with that transformation. What were the most important changes that you implemented to better align clinical quality, operations, and financial performance?
The biggest thing, Jennifer, and the shift for us was really breaking down the silos between the clinical quality, operations, and financial performance. We align them really under one operating model. And how do we do that? We standardized operations and protocols so every community had clear expectations around care, around engagement, around amenities, and then overall customer service. Second, we leveraged data more intentionally. We aligned our KPIs across all of our departments and our sectors so leaders could see resident outcomes and how they directly impact overall performance. And third, we invested heavily in culture and leadership, accountability, and making sure community teams owned both the resident experience and the business results. So when those three things align, you see better resident outcomes, stronger team stability, and healthier business performance. So our goal is to just keep getting better at being better.
So you have more than 24 communities. So across that breadth, how do you scale operational excellence and culture, as you say, across locations while still maintaining that personal touch that residents expect?
Scaling requires excellence and requires a lot of clarity and consistency. So when I first came on board, we really looked at how do we optimize our core operating systems and our protocols and our standards and performance metrics so every community really understood what great looks like. At the same time, culture and the resident experience, as I mentioned, have to feel genuine. That's where strong local leadership with our executive directors really comes into play. We give our executive directors and department leaders the framework and the support that they're able to bring their relationships and the personality to make each community feel personal. The other key is communication and visibility. We stay very, very close to the communities through data, through regular engagement, through time on the ground. We spend quite a bit of time visiting our operators in our communities and support the leaders that continue to keep the culture consistent. That balance between that home office support and community leadership is really what allows you to scale without losing the human touch that the residents and family members desire.
So you oversee more than 3,000 employees across multiple communities. So what are the leadership strategies that have been most effective in building a stable workforce in an industry that continues to face staffing and retention challenges?
That's a great question, Jennifer. In an industry we're facing workforce challenges, stability really does start with culture and leadership. So people stay where they feel supported, they feel valued, and connected to a purpose. We're people taking care of people. So we need to make sure we're supporting our team members. So first, we focus on, again, that strong local leadership. The relationship between our frontline team members and their direct leaders has the biggest impact on retention. So we invest heavily in developing our executive directors and our department head leaders. Second, we work hard to create career pathways. Many of our best leaders started in the front line. We need to make sure that we show them how they can grow within an organization. That is really critical to their success. We're quite proud of the internal growth we continue to showcase in addition to our incredible tenure. And finally, we try to stay close to our team members, listening to their feedback, recognizing the great work they do, and really making sure our team members understand the impact that they have on our residents' lives.
So you touched on this a moment ago, but how are you working to develop that next generation of leaders within your organization?
We are very intentional, Jennifer, about building leadership from within, but we also actively seek candidates from outside the industry, from universities and really strong hospitality and service focused programs who can bring that fresh perspective. Once we identify the emerging leader, we build a framework around that leadership development, whether it be mentorship or exposure to the business or giving them opportunities to take on stretch roles, lead projects, and really understand both the operational and the financial side of the organization. The goal here is to create a strong pipeline so that as we grow, we're not just filling roles, we're promoting leaders who already understand the Bristol way and including our culture and mission.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations again on being named a Crain's Notable Leader in Healthcare.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And to our audience, if you'd like to see the full list of Crain's notable healthcare leaders, visit crainsnewyork.com. To learn more about the Bristol, just click the link below this video. Thanks for joining us for this Crain's Quick Take.